For this exercise, ideally, you will need to be using a rigid, non-elastic belt. So an item that you can use at home that would be perfect for this would be something like a dressing gown cord. For demonstration purposes, I'm going to be using a brightly coloured elastic band simply so that you can see. Ideally, you'd want to be using that rigid belt as we've just talked about. Setup should be super simple. You simply need to be using a box, chair or stool that is around 30 to 45 centimetres in height, and the band needs to be placed around or just above your knees, and crucially the feet and knees both need to be outside the width of your hips throughout this exercise. That's really important. Secondly, you want to set up so that you have more than just your heels in contact with the stool. So in this instance, you can see that my heels, the back of my Achilles tendon and some of my calf are placed onto the box. You can have more than this if you wish, but this is about right. To execute this action, you need to perform two actions at the same time. Firstly, you are to direct force outwards with your knees into the rigid belt, and secondly, whilst continuing to push outwards against the rigid belt, you are to pull your heels and calves down into the box to raise your hips up off the floor. From here, you are to simply lower and repeat. To recap then, setup is simple. You need a 30 to 45 centimetre box. Your knees and feet need to be outside the width of your hips. The rigid belt needs to be placed around or just above the knees, and you are to direct force into this belt outwards via the knees whilst pulling through the lower legs to generate the movement.